start with the next class of lines and angles, which is chapter 5. In the previous video we have discussed about various angles, various lines. Today we'll be heading towards the new concept, that is the concept of parallel lines, transversal, intersecting lines. What are the properties of parallel lines? If any transversal cuts two parallel lines or three parallel lines, so on, what are the various angles that are formed? We will discuss all this in the coming session. So let's get started. Very first definition is intersecting lines. What do you mean by intersect? Intersect means to cross each other, to meet at a particular point. If I say this is one line and this is another line, if they cross each other, if they cut each other at a common point, then these two lines are said to be intersecting lines. Are we clear? Two lines, L and M, I have given the names L and M to this line. Two lines L and M in a plane. Very important word, plane. What do you understand by the word plane? Understand, plane means a flat surface which can be extended indefinitely. Indefinitely means we don't know. Indefinitely in all directions. In all directions. This is what is the definition of plane. Yeah, for example, if I talk about this board, don't you think it's a flat surface? Yeah, it's a complete flat, means there is no roughness. Roughness means flat. There should not be any slope in that. So flat surface, first, very much clear. It can be extended indefinitely in all directions. If I expand this in that direction, this direction, that direction, in any direction, it remains same. That is why it is known as plane. So examples of plane are your notebook. Yeah. If I talk about this book, this is an example of a plane. It's a plane. This cover is a plane. I can extend it in any direction. Blackboard, clear. Wall. This wall is an example of flat surface. A flat surface, it can be extended. I can extend this wall to any unlimited directions, right? And hence it's a plane. Are we clear about the plane? So two lines L and M in a plane intersect. I told you intersect means to meet at a common point, to cross at a common point. Intersect if they have common point. This is what is the definition of intersecting line. So this figure is an example of intersecting lines. Are we clear? They are intersecting lines. Clear? And what is the point of intersection here? The point of intersection is O. So O is called the point of intersection. Are we clear? Are we clear with the intersecting lines? Any doubt anyone is having in this? Let's move on to the next important definition, which is the most important concept that we have to discuss today. That is transversal. How do you pronounce? Transversal. If I break this word, I will be getting trans and versal. Transversal means transfer the version. We'll understand what is this transversal. It means if I swap from this position to this position, or this position to this particular position, there will be no change. Understand? I am taking the best example. These two are identical markers with me. If I swap this particular marker here or this particular marker here, this is what transversal. It will not bring any change. Marker remains marker only, there will be no change. This is what transversal means. Basically, it is a line which cuts. It's a line which cuts two or more lines. Very important condition is two or more lines. If it cut only one line, it will become intersecting. It will become intersecting. This is what is the difference between intersecting and transversal. Intersecting, even if one line, if two lines basically intersect, cross each other at common point, they are intersecting line. But if a single line or a double line, anything, where it cut two or more lines at two more distinct points. Just see here. L and M are two different lines, and this line N is cutting these two lines at two distinct points. What do you mean by distinct? Distinct means different. Clear? Different points. Two distinct points. Clear now? So, two or more, yeah, it is cutting these two lines are two distinct points A and B. Hence, can I say N is a transversal or not? N is called a transversal. Why? If I transfer the position from here to here or here to here, it will not bring the change. That is why this line is known as transversal. It will not change. It will not bring any change. The things will remain same. So again I am repeating, please understand the definition. Transversal is a line which cuts two or more lines at two or more distinct points. Let me take one more example of transversal. For example, these two lines are there with us. This is a transversal. Yes or no? Because it is cutting a line in two. Now tell me, this is also a transversal. Again it is cutting a line in two different. This is also a transversal because again it is cutting this line in two different points. So this is also a transversal. So two lines can have any number of transversal. But the condition is that particular line must cut two or more lines at two distinct points, two different points, which is happening in this particular condition. Are we clear? Any doubt with the transversal? Next, parallel lines. Parallel. If I talk about parallel lines, what do you mean by parallel lines? These two lines are parallel. If I talk about my arms, my two arms are parallel to each other right now. Understand what is parallel lines. First important condition is they must lie in the same plane. They must lie in the same plane. Or they lie in the same plane. Means if I talk about, for example, this wall or this room is a plane for me because it's a flat surface. So these two lines are lying in the same plane. It is not happening my particular arm is in this plane and one particular arm is somewhere else. No, both the arms are right now in the same room, in the same plane. Are we clear? Now they lie in the same plane. Clear with this? They do not intersect how far they are extended. Understand, this is very important. They do not intersect. They are not intersecting. Now for example, I am bringing my arms. Are they intersecting? No, they are not intersecting anywhere. They are going parallel to each other. Understand what I am saying? They are not intersecting at all. How far they extended? How far they extended means this is two parallel lines. Now if I extend them, are they intersecting? No, they are moving. They will not intersect. The condition, they must not intersect how far they are extended. Okay. The distance between these two lines must be same everywhere. You can see the distance is same everywhere. It's not happening. If I tilt my particular upper arm, now there are no more parallel lines because distance is not constant. If I extend, they will intersect. Are we clear? So hence my two arms are not parallel in this case. Now they are parallel in this case because whatever I do, they will not intersect and the distance between them is constant. Are we clear? So these two lines L and M are said to be parallel. First of all, why? They lie in the same plane. Secondly, they are not intersecting. Understand this one please. Why? If I extend this to this direction, this to this direction, this to this direction, this to this direction, just see yourself, they will not intersect. Do whatever. How infinitely you will take them, it doesn't matter, but they will not intersect. I can bet on this. Clear? Next, the distance between these two lines must be same everywhere. That is important. The distance must be same. Let's see. Now, if you observe, the distance between these two lines are same everywhere. Same. It is not changing. It is not increasing. It is not decreasing. It is same everywhere. Hence, the distance must be constant. This is very important condition for two parallel lines. Do remember, if somebody asks you that what are parallel lines, so you must say these 3 points. It's very important. Even if you show like this, that is visually you are showing. But if somebody asks you, please explain what are parallel lines. So these 3 important points, if you narrate to anyone, the person will definitely understand, yes, you know about the parallel lines. Are we clear? So they lie in the same plane. They do not intersect. Very important condition. However far they are extended. However far means take them to anywhere in the world, in the universe. If they are parallel lines, they they will not intersect. The distance between these two lines is always same everywhere. Clear? So this is the concept of intersecting, transversal and parallel lines. Are we clear? So now let's see, if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, what will happen? We have to see that if we cut two parallel lines by transversal, what will happen in that case?